Democracy has always been here as life. We human beings, the problem has been that we haven't been aware of the democracy of life. And so we haven't used it appropriately. We haven't lived in awareness of democracy, in awareness of equality. Um, for many reasons, I'd say the biggest of all is just self-interest. Self-interest within the small of all of us, um, through natural selection, you can say, has gotten the best of us to the point where there are a few people in this world, a small handful, you can fit them on an airplane, that own and control a huge portion of the world's resources, an inordinate amount of the world's resources. So if we look at how democracy has always been here as an expression of equality of life going down to the smallest particle, we can use that as a model, so to speak, as a goal for where we are heading in terms of democracy, real democracy, and in terms of equality, real equality. And I add the adjective real equality to democracy because it's pretty much become something that we need to do. We've taken words like truth, half-truths, truths, and called them truths simply because they're a percentage of truth, but they're not really truth at all. They're just a percentage or a degree of a lie. So in looking at the way forward for democracy as an expression, a collective expression of equality, the collective expression of equality, um, I would say that should be our goal, um, which is perfection, understanding, awareness of equality, awareness of oneness, uh, awareness of the democracy of oneness and equality of life. Okay, a living awareness, that should be our goal. How to get there, that's another story. Um, Equality of life in awareness living is a process that we're going to have to uh, fit together, come together. Imagine a sphere, for example, and we're not filling it up from this side or this side or this side. We're putting in the pieces here and here and here and here, kind of like a multi-dimensional process. And I could think of one excellent reason to be doing this in a decentralized way, in a decentralized fashion, methodology, simply because if you do it in all in one place and try to build up, even from the ground up or from the top down, what happens is you become an entity that's easy to strike down. And so right now what's taking place in the world in terms of the changes taking place, a lot of people are, screaming and complaining how the elite are, trying to counter this or, trying to put us down, but they really can't, because this movement, uh, um, in the direction of equality, awareness of equality, awareness of democracy, is so decentralized that no matter where, you could say, the hierarchy of money direct their resources to try to cut us down, um, it's a futile act on their part. They really are a dying breed, the hierarchy of money, and the sooner we realize this, they don't need to realize it, it doesn't matter. The sooner we realize this, the sooner we can um, move on, get this done, and really start living democracy, equality, in awareness. And it's always going to be like a walk towards a walk, striding for perfection, that we're never really looking to actually get there, because that's the fun of the journey. Uh, just always making the next step in terms of, okay, understanding that I am one with everything, and as life, I am equal here as one, like a perspective of the entirety, the whole, looking out at ourselves, each point looking out at ourselves. We, uh, we take that next step in consideration of what is best for ourselves as the whole. To get to democracy, first point is to realize that we've never lived democracy. The democracies that are thrown around the world, such as representative democracy, parliamentary democracy, etc., uh, are nothing more than, degrees of truth which are simply lies, basically. Representative democracy, what is that? That's like getting to elect your king every 4 years, or getting to elect a handful of people who are going to make all the most important decisions of a nation. That's ridiculous. That's not democracy. That's oligarchism or plutocracy. These days we call it corporatism, stuff like that. So in terms of getting to democracy, I would say we are able to start realizing that our words and our deeds are are our vote right now, are our vote in living democracy. We don't have the systems in place yet to realize democracy, direct democracy, real democracy. Um, but, however, on the internet, using our words and typing our words and stating our stances, where we stand in terms of what's happening in the world, that is really our vote. Coming out and saying, hey, this is my stand. And that's like a natural vote in democracy, which is having an effect on the whole of the world. So for now, it's for people to get out there and make a stand. Make a stand for equality. Make a stand for things such as living income guarantee, basic income guarantee, direct democracy. A movement in the direction of people taking responsibility, a movement away from the direction of the hierarchy of money, which is basically the system of politics as it exists now. It's the democracy of money. It's the equality of money. $1 equals $1. 1 franc equals 1 franc, etc. It's never been democracy of the people, by the people, for the people. It's always been democracy of the money, by the money, for the money. So in getting out there with our words on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, all those social media things, we're actually participating kind of in the democracy of life, using our words, expressing ourselves as our stand, as our vote. And slowly but surely, we're able to start with that, move towards a more real democracy, move towards more real equality. The people taking responsibility for making the laws, making the decisions. And of course, we've got to start a little slowly here, because we can't just jump in and take over the government. The system isn't prepared for it. As we change the system, we stand as it, stepping into it, stepping into it, stepping into it. So one of the things I propose that we start doing is introducing accountability into government. We've already got accountability moving nicely with YouTube and Facebook, etc. Getting rid of the anonymous trolls, basically. And that's what they are. Who's to say they're anything else? If you're anonymous, you're hiding behind a sheet. Who's to say you're not a pedophile? Who's to say you're not a troll? Who's to say you're not, a mass murderer? So anything anonymous, we're those of us supporting, anonymity, privacy in the public domain, are really directing our resources in favor of the pedophiles, in favor of the trolls, in favor of the mass murderers, the CIA, the NSA, KGB. They don't exist anymore. I guess they're a different breed now. So what we can start doing is insisting upon accountability in our governments. So basically, Um, when the elections come up, if there are no other, when the elections come up, your candidate just simply ask them, write them a letter, say, hey, are you willing to, as soon as you get into office, install within all your offices live 24/7 internet camera feeds with microphones, also recordings for the telephones, live hearing the telephone conversations, so that the public can get online and see and hear exactly what the public servants, the public employees, as known as government, are doing with their time. Are they really serving the interests of the masses, or are they serving the hierarchy of money? In other words, are they serving those with the most money, which is the case currently, exactly what they're doing. We live in democracy of money. It's a hierarchy of money that is representative. It's representative of money. So slowly but surely we can change that. But first, let's understand what's happening in government, how things are currently working. So let's demand, let's insist that if you want our vote for political representation, political representatives, those who want to be the government service, they must sign a pledge saying they're going to install live 24/7 camera feeds, microphones feeds in all the equipment that is used in the course of running the government, their offices. Okay, that's number one. Number two would be that we start insisting, and a lot of sites are doing this, like the Pirate Bay people, the Pirate Party, other people introducing platforms that are decentralized platforms for voting, for collective coming together and making agreements, proposals, voting them up, talking about them, changing them until we finally agree upon them. This can be a decentralized platform that is installed on everyone's computer worldwide. So this is what we need to do, actually. We need to start bypassing the major telecommunications industries. Okay, they're still providing us with our net and stuff, but we really got to start bypassing in the future. We're going to need to bypass perhaps Facebook and Google. We'll see. I mean, do they continue like they're doing, or do they start abusing their authority and controlling the expression of people? We'll have to see there. But either way, we're going to need a platform that is decentralized on everyone's computers, and there's no centralization whatsoever to it, that enables us to categorize issues and discuss them, vote them up, vote them down, make proposals, vote on them, etc. So that's in the works. A lot of organizations are working on decentralized decision-making software, which is really cool. The thing that I wanted to point out today, basically, get this recap. There's never been real democracy, but within and as the democracy / equality of life. Okay, and that's here. We've all been participating in it since the beginning of humankind. Unfortunately, we haven't been aware of how it actually functions, how we actually participate, the cause and effect. And so the internet is a great tool for this, because it's slowly but quickly but surely mapping out the relationship lines of cause and effect down to each individual human being. And soon we'll be able to see this. We'll be able to see the cause and effect of every dollar spent, which is really the representative. The dollar right now, like I said, is our representative, and it is the representative of our expression these days, how we express, how we spend our money. So the democracy's there, but we've never been aware of it, and so it's been convoluted and repackaged to call it democracy, but it's never been democracy of anything but the democracy of money, the hierarchy of money that has been represented. So slowly but surely we're going to change that. But a couple of things. One, get into the government, start viewing what the government's doing, and we just simply insist that the government, for example, the United States, which is, you know, spying on everyone and watching everything we do nowadays, more and more, probably in our households too. We just say, okay, yeah, fine, whatever, you know, watch us, you know, get your rocks off. But we're going to apply the same standard upon government. We want to see exactly what's going on in the offices of the public. And if we don't have a right to do that, I mean, well then, obviously it's not democracy. And keep pushing and supporting open source movement. Open source communication, information is, wow, it's a necessity. It's a necessity. The free flow, open information. That means free, means accessible, equally accessible to all. So all information within and as the public domain must sooner, hopefully sooner, become completely open. No secrets, everything open. Why? Because you can't have democracy, equality. You can't have democracy without equality. The equality of information, the ability to make decisions, the best decisions, comes with access to information, uninhibited access to information, equal to all. And that's coming our way, whether these corporations, governments like it or not. That's happening. So we just have to start reaching out for that and saying, hey, this is the way things are, and this is the way things are going to be. Slowly but surely, we as a world are putting the pieces together, and it doesn't look like much now, but it's over here, 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 here. And in no time at all, that point of, what do you call it, mass, something, a critical mass, is going to be reached where our movement becomes unstoppable. So that's what I wanted to get out today. Equality, democracy has never been, but we're working on making it real. We need to become aware of it, start participating. Real democracy requires real participation, the free flow of information. That means in and as the public domain, no more privacy, no more secrets. It's public domain. Get the privacy at home. Or don't ask for democracy. Bottom line is, because democracy is equality, and equality includes information, equality of information. That's wow, that's huge. Accountability within the governments, that sort of thing. Okay, that's I guess what I wanted to get across today.